From its female-centric cast to oversaturation of the Marvel market, this is why the Marvels movies and trailer is the most hated MCU trailer in history. The MCU, the franchise that has been entertaining us for years now with its big-budget comic book adaptations. You either love it or you hate it, and recently Marvel Studios and one of its upcoming projects became the center of attention online, but not in the ways it would have liked. Ever since the end credits of Captain Marvel rolled back in 2019, audiences have been eagerly anticipating a follow-up film. And we've definitely waited a long time. It was beginning to feel like The Marvels, the Captain Marvel sequel that was confirmed just 3 months ago, after we met the MCU's Carol Danvers, was beginning to feel like it would never make it to theaters. A series of setbacks have meant that the film, which began production back in 2020, has been delayed more times than we can count. Luckily, fans of Brie Larson's now beloved character got a taste of what they could expect to get out of the upcoming film when Marvel Entertainment released the teaser trailer for the upcoming blockbuster. The film is scheduled for a November 2023 release, and as excited as die-hard Marvel fans were to get a glimpse of what's to come, the teaser trailer didn't exactly get the reaction the folks in charge hoped for. In fact, the trailer for the superhero sequel quickly became the most hated trailer Marvel has released to date. The Marvel's predecessor, Captain Marvel, was a box office success in 2019 despite being surrounded by its own negative press. The film earned over $1 billion, which for a Marvel film is kind of expected. Fans fell in love with Brie Larson's sarcastic and lovable Carol Danvers. Last year, fans also got to meet Kamala Khan as Miss Marvel in the Disney Plus MCU series of the same name. Both characters, along with Monica Rambeau, are leading the all-female superhero squad in the upcoming film. And Kevin Feige, Marvel Studios' top boss, spoke to Entertainment Weekly about the film, saying, "There's something immensely powerful about seeing Monica and Kamala and Carol together in a frame. To me, it's only akin to the first Avengers movie and seeing the 6 of them together in a frame. It's chill-inducing." Given the lengthy production setbacks for the Marvels, the anticipation for the film has been at an all-time high, but when the trailer officially dropped, it quickly became somewhat of a laughingstock, becoming one of the most hated Marvel trailers in the history of the franchise, amassing 409,000 dislikes on YouTube in just 2 days. According to The Hollywood Reporter, the film has become the latest target of review bombing. But unfortunately, this is nothing new in the entertainment industry. It's clear to see how certain projects seem to be targeted by a stronger negative reaction than others. Morbius, the 2022 Marvel film starring Jared Leto, only amassed a total of around 11,000 dislikes since its trailer was released over a year ago. But other female-led projects like She-Hulk and Miss Marvel had to deal with being the targets of online misogynists who have no interest in spending their time watching female-centric superhero content. And it doesn't seem to matter what Kevin Feige has to say. The Marvels boast a star-studded and nearly all-female cast, with Brie Larson reprising her role as Carol Danvers, Tiona Paris playing Monica Rambeau, and Iman Vellani portraying Kamala Khan or Miss Marvel. With the 2019 release of Captain Marvel, Brie Larson has had to deal with her fair share of sexist backlash, but she hasn't let the negative comments affect her career. And she can see the value of having a superhero film led by a woman. In fact, Larson told ABC News ahead of Captain Marvel's release in 2019, they said they wanted to make the biggest feminist movie of all time, adding, "To get these little glimmers of seeing young girls excited about it, it's everything to me. I didn't make this movie for myself, I made it for them." But a ton of Marvel fans aren't as excited about MCU content being so-called feminist, and they've taken to social media to let it be known. Commenters on YouTube were not shy when it came to giving their honest opinions of the trailer for the Marvels, and some users left comments saying, "I took more than 1 week to watch this trailer, presuming I wouldn't miss a thing. After watching, I'm sure. And the best part of this trailer was when it ended." Over on Twitter, the viewers' reactions weren't any better. The trailer's been viewed over 34 million times on the official Marvel Studios page. But it seems like a lot of folks who watched the 2-minute video were either left feeling unsatisfied or simply bored. One Twitter user was blunt and said, "Too many women, pass." And another user said, "The MCU is dead." But why do fans seem to hate the trailer so much? Well, considering how many of the comments are online relate to the nearly all-female cast, an overall dislike for female-led Marvel films seems to be the strongest argument, and Captain Marvel suffered the same fate upon its announcement and release. But other fans seem to be disappointed in the film's use of CGI and the way Marvel is once again relying on comedy to lead the film, in the same way Thor: Love and Thunder did. In recent years, the MCU has struggled to achieve the same level of success that its Phase 3 films did. Phase 3 was wrapped up with the highly successful Avengers Endgame, and since then, some criticisms have addressed the oversaturation of Marvel content. Because of this idea of oversaturation, the storytelling has become weaker in some of its most recent projects, with a constant stream of both feature films and scripted series on Disney+. Maybe there is such a thing as too much Marvel. When Captain Marvel was released in 2019, Carol Danvers herself, Brie Larson, was at the center of a terrible hate campaign, created and led by apparent Marvel fans, who held strong beliefs that the MCU didn't need a female-led superhero movie. Things got so bad at one point that fellow MCU stars Don Cheadle and Clark Gregg defended Larson and the film. Despite its success at the box office and online, the hate directed towards Larson and Captain Marvel hasn't subsided over the years following the film's release. It seems as if folks who disagree with Marvel's choices to diversify its leads and storylines don't plan on backing down anytime soon. Hate campaigns have become an increasingly popular trend online, and more than one MCU project has fallen victim to them. These campaigns begin by having supporters of the movement dislike and review bomb the projects they focus their attacks on, all to make it seem like their minority opinion is actually the majority. And a trend of review bombing shows with projects that feature non-white, non-straight, and non-male leads are more likely to be targeted. Marvel's She-Hulk suffered from this last year when it was heavily review bombed on platforms like Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb before it was even released. An easy explanation for how certain projects can amass such a fast negative reaction is that some online hate campaigns likely employ bots to help them rack up hefty numbers of dislikes and hateful comments. But classic internet trolls always play their part as well. At the end of the day, it's also easy to say that The Marvels trailer quickly became so hated because it's a female-centric superhero film with a diverse cast, and we know by now that a lot of so-called comic fans just aren't really into that sort of thing. Considering the first footage of the sequel features a ton of fun moments that build on the MCU's Phase 4 projects, and the story weaves together plenty of other Marvel storylines, it's disheartening to see it become so hated so quickly. If the film does finally make it to theaters in November, and we've got our fingers crossed, we're hopeful that it will lead to a much better response. It's time to go pre-order our tickets. But there you have it, boys and girls, from its female-centric cast to oversaturation of the Marvel market. That's why the Marvels movies and trailer is the most hated MCU trailer in history.